Mount Horeb musicians, this is Miss Thule making a video for you. I think I speak for all of the music department in Mount Horeb and say that we miss you a lot, and it's just not the same making these lessons and coming up with ideas for you to learn when we don't have you in our classroom. So we miss you, and hopefully that this video will help you understand a little bit more about what we expect in the next coming weeks. Okay, so you should have received an email that has a grid on it. This grid, this document that has this grid, is very important because every grade level has their own grid. This grid will be sent out to families, but most importantly, it's going to be linked in your Google Classroom for each of your different music classes that you have. This document is where you're going to find everything that you need to know about music-related assignments for the next 8 weeks. So we want you to have this in a safe place because everything that you'll need to know is in this document. Okay, so understanding the grid is kind of important. So we've broken it down into 4 different categories. The first category is creating, the next category is performing, there's a responding category and a connecting category. Your job is to complete only one assignment for each of the different categories. You could also think of it as like you only have to do one different project or one of the little tiny different boxes in each of the different columns. The really cool part is that you can choose which assignments that you want to complete. You don't have a set number of categories that you have to get checked off. So the main important thing that you have to realize is that you have to complete one activity for each of the different classes that you're in. So for example, if you're in band, you need to complete some of the different band categories. The cool thing is each of your teachers has come up with at least 2 different projects for each category so that you can choose and you're not like limited to the amount of things that you have to complete. Okay, so this is a sample block. This is actually the 6th grade block, so don't read specifically about what are the different projects, but I just wanted to give you a sample demonstration. This block, let's pretend that you are in all 3. You are called a tripler. You're in band, choir, and orchestra. As you can see, for the creating category, this person completed a project that was for choir. That happens in the first 2 weeks. In the next 2 weeks, they chose a different assignment in the performing category, and that project completed their band requirement. The next one was for orchestra, and they completed a project that was in the responding category. And because they're only in 3 different music ensembles and there's 4 categories, they just got to choose another project that they get to complete it. But since they did all 3 already, they got to choose another one from band, and it was connecting. Let's pretend that you're only in one music group. You're called a singler. For this example, the person is only in band. As you can see, they chose a project that was in the creating category in band. They got to choose a different performing option for band. The cool thing is, if you get to a category and you're not in love with any of the different projects that you could do, we made an all musicians category, and you'll see on your left in the pink, that says, oh, I don't really like what I'm doing in these 2 projects. I think I want to do this one instead, which is from an all musician. So they just chose that activity and completed it. And then for the connecting category, they chose another band-related thing. So this person that's in band would have gotten full completion on their assignments. To help us kind of plan to know what projects students are doing and to help them kind of keep ahead of the game so they don't get left behind, we have a form that's linked in the document that we would ask that all students complete this form just so we have an idea of what students are planning on doing so that we have a heads up of how many different assignments that we should be getting ready to receive. Okay, now before you get too stressed out, students, the really cool thing about this is that you only really have to complete one assignment every 2 weeks. So it's not like we're giving you tons of different things. They're kind of broken them down into categories and into sections. So literally you just have to complete one tiny little box for the first 2 weeks, one tiny little box for the second set of 2 weeks, and so on for the rest of the 8-week course. Your music teachers have come up with some really cool assignments some of them are completed in like a short amount of time, maybe in a few, like an hour or less, and some of them span over several days as a process. So we included both of those to give students a choice and help with some planning things. And keep in mind, we are experimenting with this online teaching, so please be nice to us. This is not something that we do every single day. Your first assignment is due by Friday, April 17th. You can pick any project that you want to. It doesn't have to be with the first column. It can be any column. We just want to make sure that you plan out the other projects that you get done. Okay, another really cool thing about this grid is that every single little box that we've created has a hyperlink. It has a link that you can click on and it will bring you to the directions page or something that will help you with the assignments. Sometimes they're Google Docs, sometimes they are Google Forms that are going to help you complete the assignment. And this is also a lot of times how to know how to turn in the assignments. So it's very clear and helpful to click on these hyperlinks and read more about what you're planning on doing. Once you click on these hyperlinks, most likely a document will show up like this. This is a sample one that I made for practicing with a friend. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of directions, and at the bottom it says, once you've completed this, please click on this Google form, which will bring you to how you finish up the project and turn in your assignment. Like I said, this grid will quickly become your best friend, hopefully. We get this as kind of confusing at first. We want you to know that this is everything that we are going to have planned for the next 8 weeks, so this is all you'll need to know. We ask that you look at it really carefully and please plan ahead so you don't get to the last couple weeks of school and realize that you haven't completed an assignment that takes more than one day. So hopefully this will help out. And finally, your music teachers are here for you. We want to hear from you. We have office hours, which you can find in a document, and just send us an email because, like we said, as music teachers, we really want to know how our students are doing, and it's like the worst thing for us as teachers not to be in our classrooms and missing our students. So we hope to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this video made some sense and helped clear up some questions.